Crank that sound or grab your earbuds. It's time for Artist Direct on FM 100.5, your inside scoop on the music scene. Brought to you by Singing Hammers Construction.
Couldn't sleep last night. Too many demons floating around my head. But with the morning light, your warmth pushed away my dread. And there comes a time to say that's good enough. I'm finally learning how to let some doors stay shut. It gets so hard, but I'm not giving up. Comes a time to say that's good enough. I've gotta let this go. This doubt inside me, with every road I take, there's things I'll never know, but I'll go my own way. And there comes a time to say that's good enough. I'm finally learning how to let some doors stay shut. It gets so hard, but I'm not giving up. Comes a time to say that's good enough. Get me through. Maybe I'm not okay, not today, but I'm here with you. And there comes a time to say that's good enough. I'm finally learning how to let some doors stay shut. It gets so hard, but I'm not giving up. Comes a time to say that's good enough. Good enough. I'm finally learning how to let some doors stay shut. It gets so hard, but I'm not giving up. Comes a time to say that's good enough. Comes a time to say that's good enough.
It's Artist Direct here on FM 100.5. The song is Good Enough. And the musician is Molly Tuttle. And I'm pleased to have Molly on the phone with me this morning. Good morning, Molly.
Good morning.
The song Good Enough. What can you tell me about the song? Where did it come from?
Well, I wrote the song a little over a year ago for my debut EP that's coming out in February.
Yes, congratulations.
And thank you.
What was the story behind it? Are you one of those that writes always from like a true experience, or do you tend to come from a place of what feels true internally, even if it didn't actually happen?
Yeah, kind of the second one. I don't always write from an experience that I directly had. I might start from an inspiration of maybe something that happened to me or happened to a friend or a book that I was reading. Mm-hmm. But then I kind of like to let the song breathe and kind of take on a life of its own. So this one, Good Enough, I was kind of writing when I was getting frustrated a lot of times when I'm writing songs. I try to be too much of a perfectionist, and then it doesn't really go anywhere because I just get stuck. So this one is kind of about just trying to let go of that perfectionism.
Yeah, I can understand. That's actually an issue, I think, with a lot of writers, where they have the idea that they want it to be this perfect thing, but then having to let that go and know that they're not all going to be perfect.
Yeah.
It frees you up a little. Although you've done wonderful things already. You know, I'm looking at Prairie Home Companion, Hardly Strictly Bluegrass. You went to Berklee College of Music. At what point did you decide that music was going to be your course?
I think I decided throughout high school I was just getting more and more into music, and when I wasn't in school or hanging out with my friends, I was just playing music and performing, so it kind of just kept building. And then by my junior year, I was really thinking about pursuing music and thinking about different music schools, and then Berkeley seemed like the right fit for me.
Yeah, on the other end of the entire country.
Yeah.
And so what did your family, are your family made up of musicians, or is this something that was new to all of you?
My dad is a musician, and he teaches music for a living, so he was the one who taught me how to play.
No kidding.
And we always played music together when I was growing up, so it was a good thing that we shared together.
What, did it feel like pressure, or was it more something that you just really enjoyed doing with Dad?
I think it was something that I always just really enjoyed doing. I didn't really feel pressure to play music unless I had a show coming up that I had to practice for, but that wasn't until much later. So I think it's something that I just gravitated towards on my own after seeing my dad play and just hearing music around the house all the time growing up.
You know, it's interesting because I've actually been checking out some of your songs online. And one of the things I have found consistently is not only your talent as an instrumentalist, but also just this pureness of voice. Your voice is so pure. It takes, it's kind of, you hate to like compare someone, but I think of some of those pure voices, beautiful, like Alison Krauss, right? I mean, there's someone that can effortlessly let notes fly out. And I got that feeling with you that it's not about something you're pushing hard. It's just what's flowing out naturally. I mean, does it feel that gentle and soft when you're singing it in your head? I mean, it's beautiful voice.
Thank you. I try to keep my voice as relaxed as possible. When I first started singing, I was always trying to push my voice and trying to sing as loud as I could, and then I had a really good voice teacher growing up who kind of trained me to sing in a really relaxed way. So that's how I like to sing for the most part. Try to stay pretty relaxed unless I'm pushing it for some sort of effect or something.
Right. Hey, I wanted to congratulate you. I also just saw that you received the Momentum Award for Instrumentalist of the Year. Yeah, the International Bluegrass Music Association. That's not a small award. Congrats.
Thanks. That was really exciting.
Did you get to go to the awards ceremony? Has it happened already?
Yeah, so that happened in October, I think. And there was a luncheon for the Momentum Awards, and I'd been nominated a couple times before for them, but never won. So it was really exciting to win the award for the first time. And it was great.
So you've been to this award a couple of times, I imagine. You've been in it 3 times, or now you're the winner. Have you run into people that you have found to be bluegrass idols to you at all, or people that you look up to while you're at this event?
Yeah, I think one of the cool things about bluegrass is it's such a small world that you end up meeting a lot of your idols and getting to jam with them, and everyone's really welcoming, and it doesn't feel like there's these people who are really unattainable, like maybe in the pop music world. It doesn't feel like there's someone like Beyonce who you would never probably ever interact with, but bluegrass is just such a small world. You're always engaging with people and getting to meet people who you look up to.
Yeah, I have to, you think about things like bluegrass and blues. Those are kind of the main two song genres that really are inclusive, right? It's about sitting down together and kind of jamming together. Was that intimidating when you first sat down with people that weren't just from the town you grew up in? Where you're with new people and you think, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah, it can be really intimidating. When I was first starting to jam, I didn't know a lot of the standards that everyone plays. Yeah, and I was just learning how to improvise, so it was pretty. It made me pretty nervous to go into a jam and try to take a solo, and people are listening to you, and a lot of jams are really inclusive, but some of them aren't actually very inclusive. It really depends on the circle you wind up in. Some people can be kind of judgmental, but for the most part, everyone is really welcoming, and nobody's really. It's not usually super competitive, but it does depend.
Now, I see that you've been touring, and that's how I found out about you. And I'm so excited I did, because I really enjoy your music. I saw that you are coming. Yeah, you're coming to Leo and Leona's, which is kind of this iconic place in Southwest Wisconsin. Have you looked at pictures at all of Leo and Leona's?
I haven't checked it out yet. I'm really excited.
I hope you do, because I sort of feel it's Leo and Leona's Tavern and Dance Hall is what it's called, and they love to bring in music, specifically bluegrass. And I think you're going to find an audience that is ready to get in with you and go whatever direction you decide to go. And I really hope you have a good time there. That's coming up January 13th, really right? I understand the 13th. Are you touring all around this whole winter season?
I'm just doing a few things here and there, so that's part of a 5-day run. We're going to Indiana. We're actually going from Nashville to the other Nashville.
Oh, you're kidding.
And, yeah. So that's our first stop, I think, I think that one's almost confirmed. I'm not totally positive. And then from there to Wisconsin. We're doing, I think we're doing 5 shows, and then I have a little time off for the second half of January. And then in February, I have a couple weeks of things, and then it'll start picking up a little bit more in the spring and summer.
Right, the festivals especially, I suppose.
Yeah, so summer's going to be busy.
Well, I was laughing because I thought, as someone who used to live in L.A. and is back in my home area of the Midwest, I was laughing that you start January off in Arizona, but then they sent you to Fish Creek, Wisconsin, Bangor, Wisconsin, Wausau, Wisconsin, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and then I see you're going to Kansas. That's not the warmest areas you could be at this time of year, you realize.
Yeah, I know.
We're with Molly Tuttle here on Artist Direct FM 100.5. Molly is getting set to play. Will this be with your band at Leo and Leona's, or is it you solo?
Yeah, it's going to be a 4-piece band.
All right, so who plays in your band?
It's going to be Hazy Siako, who is actually my neighbor in Nashville, and she's playing bass.
Oh, you're kidding.
And
that's awesome.
Yeah, she lives right across the street from me. And then Brian McDowell, who's a great multi-instrumentalist, he's going to be playing, I think, fiddle and mandolin. And then Wes Corbett, who's a great banjo player, and he just moved to New York from Nashville, but he's going to be playing with me as well.
What a great group. And that's going to be at Leo and Leona's again. It's January 13th, I believe. I want to make sure I get that date right. At Leo and Leona's, just outside of La Crosse. If you guys haven't been, I am encouraging you right now to get online and look up Leo and Leona's. It's a fun place. And Molly, I would let you go, except that I want to talk about another song and play another one before I do. But first, I want people to know where they can find out more about you, because I do hope that folks go and check out your tunes. What's the best place to connect with you?
You can find me at my website, mollytuttlemusic.com, or on Facebook. I have a band page just called Molly Tuttle. And both of those you can find my tour dates and some videos and music.
Yeah, they're fun videos. I've gone through most of them. All right, so let's talk about this song that we're going to end with. It's called Rain and Snow, which, by the way, I think we had here last week, all in one week. Rain and Snow, what's the song about? What are we going to hear?
So this is an old murder ballad, and I kind of took it and reworked the song a little bit, and this is actually a recording with another band that I'm in called the Goodbye Girls, and we have an album out called Snowy Side of the Mountain that this one's on. So yeah, we do mostly traditional stuff, so this is an old traditional song. Oh,
that's great. Okay, this is exciting. Now we know about the Goodbye Girls, too. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's Molly Tuttle here on Artist Direct FM 100.5. Molly, we wish you all the best, and we hope to see you at Leo and Leona's on January 13th.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You bet. Here it is, Rain and Snow with Molly Tuttle on Artist Direct FM 100.5.
Took me for his wife. He gave me trouble all my life. He left me out in the cold rain and snow. Rain and snow. He left me out in the cold rain and snow. Well, I've done all I can do to try to get along with you. Well, I came into the room where he met his final doom, and I ain't gonna be treated this way, this way. No, I ain't gonna be treated this way. He left me out in the cold rain and snow.
Thanks for listening to Artist Direct on FM 100.5, your inside scoop on the music scene. Tune in again next Friday for another Artist Direct, brought to you by Singing Hammers Construction.